Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, dogs, and cats. Welcome back to Calm Down Level Up. Today we're here again in Hearts of Iron 4. We're going to do another battle today. And thank you for all the likes in the previous episode. I said that if I had gotten 600 likes, I would do a video tomorrow, which is right now. And it's at like 1,000 already, so that was obviously not a very high goal for me to even ask for. Now guys, I'm really close to 20k, and if you guys could help me reach that goal by clicking subscribe, I would really appreciate it. We're going to have some fun at 20k. I can't tell you what it is, but we're going to have a very fun video and a very fun live stream planned ahead. Now let's try to get this video to 1,000 likes, just so I can tell if that's like a normal thing we can do. Because 1,000 likes per video is going to skyrocket these videos, so they're seen by way more people, and I would very much appreciate that. But anyways, boys, welcome back to another battle. Today, we have a highly requested one that I recommended, I think, even in the first one of these battles I did. We're doing Yugoslavia versus Bulgaria versus Greece for the state of Macedonia. Now, we're doing this in native HOI4. We could be doing it in Millennium Dawn, which would also work, except for the fact that I'd have to recreate Yugoslavia. Although we could probably use Serbia instead. But I have balanced these three countries. They all have the same amount of civilian factories and military factories. All of their divisions were already pretty balanced at 18 width. They all have 12 divisions. They vary in the different kinds of divisions they have, but they all do have 12 divisions. Now, obviously, I think some of these countries have edges on the other. Like, Bulgaria has just less states than the others, even though it has the same amount of factories. So that puts Bulgaria at a disadvantage because they won't be able to build as many factories as Yugoslavia and Greece might be able to. Greece is also at a slight disadvantage, though, because if it gets into fights with Bulgaria in Thrace, Bulgaria could very easily cut off divisions in that thin slice that they have there. Now, Yugoslavia obviously got a little bit nerfed because the state of Macedonia had to be taken from them. I did do one thing. I gave Dobruja to Bulgaria just to even it out a little bit more. Now, before we get into this battle, I wanted to talk about one more thing. I've been trying really hard to collab with other YouTubers in this community. I've actually been in DMs with both ISP and Drew Durnal. Not so much Alex Rambler, but if he's interested too, I would love to do a collab with him. I've had a ton of comments asking me why don't I try to collab with those three guys when they do collabs. Well, for one thing, my channel is a lot smaller, so it's harder for me to say that I'm in that group. So if you guys want to see a collab with me and Drew Durnal or me and ISP or somebody, I would like you all to go tweet at them. If you go comment in their comments, I don't think they'll probably see it. They don't really see. It's hard to read that many comments. So the best way to get their attention would be to tweet at them on Twitter. So please, everyone do that. I would really appreciate it. Anyways, guys, let's actually get into this battle. Our first one we're going to leave all the countries the same. We're starting in 1936. I think it's been a couple days. It's January 4th. So other countries may get involved, and that's fine. All right, all three countries are at war with each other, and Paraguay, which is holding Macedonia for us today. Thanks, Paraguay. Now let's start. So it looks like Yugoslavia is not really at the border quite yet, so they're at a slight disadvantage here. But Bulgaria and Greece are also at slight disadvantages because they were just training their troops, so their troops are suffering high attrition at this point early in the game. And it looks like Greece also has the most troops on the Macedonian border. But let's just see how this plays out. Here we go. Alright, I am currently observing as Bulgaria, but it doesn't really matter which ones we observe as because we should be able to see most of it. I also forgot to mention that all the countries do have cores on Macedonia. Now, it looks like Yugoslavia and Greece had taken most of the state itself. Bulgaria got a couple of the provinces. But it looks like down here in Thrace, like I mentioned, might happen. Bulgaria has completely surrounded. I think maybe they already killed off one or it was freed, but they're about to kill off another Greek troop over here, unless the Greeks break through and free them. Now, Bulgaria looks like they're about to lose a division, and they just did. And that Greek troop did die, so we have at least 1 or 2 confirmed deaths already. Bulgaria is actually pushing pretty hard up towards Belgrade. I did not suspect that they would be able to push quite hard against Yugoslavia, and actually they have quite the opportunity to completely cut off Yugoslavia from Macedonia and have their entire army surrounded. Now, in the fight against Greece versus Bulgaria, 23,000 Greeks have died and only 4,000 Bulgarians have died. And in the fight between Greece and Yugoslavia, 9,000 Greeks have died, 6,000 Yugoslavians have died. Now, Greece is going to have a slight advantage over here because most of their force is concentrated in one area. They're defending a very, very small border with a high concentrated amount of divisions. And Greece actually might be producing more as well. They all started off with 12 in the beginning of this. Yes, Greece now has 20 divisions, so they were able to build 8. Yugoslavia has 18, so they've jumped 6. Yugoslavia is still down at 12. There goes the Spanish Civil War, of course. While Bulgaria is actually already essentially besieging Belgrade due to their excessive amount of divisions compared to Yugoslavia, at least. That's pretty incredible. I did not think they would get this far. Oh, look at that. A Greek division was just surrounded by the Bulgarians. And oh, but a Bulgarian was just surrounded by the Yugoslavians up north. And the Greek was killed. Rest in peace. And I think another one might be killed if they're smart enough and they just cut him off right here. If not, he's just going to back out. And Belgrade has been taken by Bulgaria. Oh my god. Except the Bulgarians keep getting cut off and encircled and almost getting killed. Actually, this guy probably will get killed. So Greece has essentially recaptured all of Thrace for the most part, minus one province. That's pretty incredible. I did not think they'd be able to do that. So the Bulgarian offensive against the Greeks basically failed. For the most part, they're just trying to kill off Yugoslavia right now, and that is definitely affecting how well they're able to fight against Greece. Currently, the state of Macedonia is controlled by Greece. In reality, it's about half and half split between Bulgaria and Greece, although Greece does control the city that is inside the state of Macedonia. And it looks like Sofia might fall to the Greeks fairly soon here, because the Bulgarians are not paying attention. And look at that! Bulgaria took 8 states, Yugoslavia was just annexed entirely into Yugoslavia, entirely into Bulgaria. Dang. Now, Bulgaria's manpower is quite low. Let's compare that to, actually both the Greeks and Bulgarians' manpower are quite low. Greece has 11,000. Bulgaria has 12,000. In the war between Bulgaria and Greece, Bulgaria is actually 25% towards capitulation, but they've only lost 32,000. Greece has lost 72,000. And look at this offensive back into Thrace, trying to push the Greeks back out. And now the state of Macedonia is controlled by Bulgaria. I think that's probably for the first time. And a large portion of the Greek army was just cut off. This major Greek city was just taken. If these Greeks can't reconnect the fronts, Greece is definitely done for in this game here. And we're going to probably call it for Bulgaria. Already, some of these divisions are being killed off. The divisions are dropping. Like 10 died in 1 second there. That was incredible. And it's all over. Bulgaria actually just annexed everything. There we go. That's our first game. Now we're going to get into our second one. In this second game, what we're going to do is we're going to turn the world tension up to 100%. Alright, here we go, game 2. The world tension is set to 100%. Let's see what factions and/or factions form these guys join. Again, Bulgaria pulling off small encirclements against Greek troops. Now, currently Macedonia is controlled by Yugoslavia, but quite a few provinces of it are controlled by Greece. And actually, the Greeks might capture Skopje, if that's how you say that correctly. And the state might go to them. Now, Bulgaria is doing pretty good. They're not really losing any provinces, except for one down here in Greece. They look like they're struggling a little bit more than last time. They are pushing pretty hard again against Yugoslavia, though. Division count currently for each one, 22 Greeks, 22 Bulgarians, and 16 Yugoslavians. So that's actually more than Yugoslavia had before. It looked like before Yugoslavia had a hard time actually making new units. And wow, look at this. 2 of them are about to die here. They're surrounded by both Greeks and Bulgarians, kind of working together to kill these guys off. But it looks like the majority of the Yugoslav army is down here in Macedonia, trying to hold the state that everyone's fighting for. While they're in the north, they're being pushed around and destroyed by the Bulgarian army. And actually, their entire army here in Macedonia might get encircled. Ethiopia was just annexed. GG, Italy. So it looks like the Bulgarian attempt to actually encircle the Yugoslavian army in Macedonia has failed. The Yugoslavians have recovered and are doing a counteroffensive against the Bulgarians. And actually, the Bulgarians are having an even harder time in the south now against the Greeks. The Greeks are retaking a lot of Thrace that they lost. And actually, they're pushing up into Bulgaria a tiny bit. The state of Macedonia is still controlled by Yugoslavia. That's just because basically whoever controls the city controls the entire state. I also think I forgot to mention that before each of these games, I made sure each country had roughly 100,000 manpower. And wow, look at this. Major retreat from the Bulgarians in the north. They were right outside Belgrade, but now they've had to be pushed back. And it looks like it might just be going back and forth between Yugoslavia and Bulgaria up here. Oh, that's bad for Yugoslavia. 3 of their divisions were just cut off in Macedonia, and oh, that's bad for Bulgaria too, unless they can recover that. We might lose 3 Bulgarians and 3 Yugoslavians. I think Greece, even though they're not really doing that well for Macedonia, they're doing pretty well in the war because they're just kind of hiding down here, letting Bulgaria and Yugoslavia really take hard hits at each other. And they're kind of saving their strength, pushing against Bulgaria here and there a little bit. The Greeks are breaking through southern Yugoslav lines, and they might actually take Sofia. They're very close to taking Sofia. It looks like the Greeks have pumped a ton of divisions up into that region. Division count 21 for Bulgaria, 22 for Greece, and 12 for Yugoslavia, so they've lost a lot more. But their forces are concentrated in a lot smaller of an area now, so that should help them. Bulgaria is having a very hard time in the south now. They still do control, technically, the state of Macedonia because they have the city, but they're having such a hard time on the other fronts. It's not really looking like as much of a victory anymore. And yeah, a ton of their force was just cut off in Morava and Montenegro. Will they be rescued? That is the question. If those forces are not rescued, that's probably it for Bulgaria in this game. But it looks like a Greek was just cut off as well. And wow, look at this. Bulgaria was just cut in half by the Greeks. Except that might not have been the smartest move because the Greeks now can get cut off. I would be very surprised if Bulgaria managed to pull off a win here. Although they are recovering this offensive very well. They're killing off quite a lot of these Greeks that attacked into their town, into their country. A little bit of Greek revenge down here for all those Greek divisions that have been killed off on this province by the Bulgarians. It looks like the Greeks are now doing it to the Bulgarians instead. Now, Bulgaria is entirely within their own borders now, so they're probably dead. But looks like Greece might pull off a win this time. They do control Macedonia. They're probably going to capitulate Bulgaria here. Yugoslavia is having a very hard time. They're down at 10 divisions now. Yugoslavia is currently at 0 manpower. Bulgaria is at 0 manpower. Greece, 35,000. Oh, look at this. The Italians have actually sent Bulgaria divisions. They're choosing to support Bulgaria in this, which makes sense. Wow, actually, maybe that Italian support was pretty good. The Bulgarians have been able to break through and recover a lot of land. Greece is doing so well. I have no idea how Bulgaria is still alive, though. It's like incredible. I don't know what they've done. They're about to take Belgrade. There's just no Yugoslavians to defend it. Oh, no, Bulgaria has just capitulated. Greece took all 4 states. They were doing pretty good towards the end there. And now all that occupied land that was Bulgaria is now Greece. And rest in peace, Yugoslavia. Greece took 8 states. Greece has won our second game. Let's get into our third game and see if one of these guys can pull out a final win. All right, here we go, boys. Our round 3. We're just going to do the same game that we did last time with the 100 world tension because I would like to see if some of the other countries will actually get involved. But if not, this will be mostly just a rematch. But here we go, boys. Let's see how the AI fares this time. The Soviet Union is actually sending Bulgaria 2 divisions, even though Bulgaria has mostly fascism, I think. They have no communism at all. And they've already surrounded 2 Greek divisions. That's pretty incredible. How did a Yugoslavian guy get down here? Oh, I see. He traveled down this way. Wow. Greece is not doing that good right now. Why are all their troops down here? Get to the front. Oh, Germans are supporting Yugoslavia. There are German volunteers over in Yugoslavia. That's why Yugoslavia is doing so good right now. Greece doesn't have any volunteers. Wow, Yugoslavia has actually almost retained their original borders. And Bulgaria did very good early on too. They've captured all of Thrace, defeated a few Greek divisions, and shortened their front line so they're not thinning out too much. And I'm surprised that the Bulgarians are actually faring pretty well against Yugoslavia right now, even though they have German volunteers. The Yugoslavians that are attacking into Greece have just been cut off. That's going to be pretty bad for them, actually. They do have a naval base here that they can get support through. But this is bad for Yugoslavia, and this may spell a victory, a second victory for Bulgaria. I did not think that this would happen. Soviets and Italians working together to make sure that Bulgaria wins is incredible. Fighting Germans as well. Now we've seen a major break, obviously, against Yugoslavia. I thought that they were going to win this game, and not that there's no chance they can't still. I thought they had it sealed quite early when they early captured all of Macedonia, and they held it for the majority of our game here. But something happened where the Bulgarians were able to break them. They pushed past them and they cut their forces in half. And then the Greeks in the south and the Bulgarians in the north are killing now all those divisions that were invading Greece. Now Belgrade has been taken, so it looks like Yugoslavia will not be winning any of our games today. I'm sorry if you're from one of the regions there. I thought that this was probably going to go to Greece, maybe Bulgaria. Sorry. I thought that these games, or the victor of these games, was probably going to be Greece, maybe Yugoslavia. I don't know what it is about Bulgaria, but they've been really good at fighting these countries. Rest in peace. Bulgaria was able to annex 8 states, Yugoslavia was annexed. Now the Germans are actually aiding Greece to try to spite Bulgaria because Bulgaria capitulated, the Germans' ally, and now they want to defend Greece as hard as they can. I'd say there is actually a more of an even match right here, even though Bulgaria has annexed a ton of states and has a ton more factories and obviously more manpower now. Division-wise, it's quite even, especially due to 3 Germans supporting Greece right now. Oh, and World War II started. England has guaranteed the independence of Albania. Oh, and look at this. There's Turks now helping Bulgaria. Jeez. Bulgaria and Greece might just become another front of World War II. So Bulgaria is out of manpower, but something bad did happen to Greece as well. Greece is also out of manpower. But since Germany is at war, they've recalled their volunteers. So basically, Greece is out of support, and they have no manpower. And Bulgaria is stronger than them at this point. Poland has formed a faction with Greece. Oh my god. I don't think that's going to help, though. Oh, I see. Greece joined Between Seas. Actually, if Romania joins Between Seas, Bulgaria's probably dead. Oh, wow. Romania has declared war on Bulgaria, too. Yes, they have joined Between Seas. Well, I did not think that Bulgaria would lose this. Somehow they pulled off a win, or Greece has pulled off a win, joining the Between Seas faction. It's not going to be long now before we see a peace deal. Romania took 1 state. Bulgaria joined Between Seas as well. And wow, Bulgaria was able to keep all this? That was the peace deal. Greece didn't even take anything. But we're not going to see what happens when the Axis goes to war with them. We're just going to end this here. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I guess this technically means that Greece has won 2 out of 3 of our games. 1 point to Bulgaria, 2 points to Greece, 0 points for Yugoslavia. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Remember to try to get this video to 1,000 likes, and try to tweet to both ISP Drew and or Alex the Rambler. Tell them that you want to see a collab with me. Again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys all next time. Peace.